Johnny Young Bosch. This is the pause wasn't for cheering. I was like, should I say Eyeshine, or I was like, should I say the band name? Oh yeah, what's your name again? No. This is Jenny, Jiho, and Zach. And we'll be playing a little acoustic stuff later tonight, but right now it's just Q&A. So whatever your questions are, we can try to answer them. But try to come by tonight at 8 o'clock. I think we're in here. And so we'll play a few songs, and we could probably do some musical Q&A then as well, if you guys have ever been a part of that before. Oh, Dana's here. Yeah, she's right here. No, I recognize a few of you. How many of you guys go to, did you make that? Yeah, you bought that? It's pretty cool. Did you make that face? Your parents made it, yes. Got one. So anyways, yeah, just if you guys have any questions, we'll just start off and do the thing that we do, yes. What?
What made you want to start a band?
I had nothing else to do, basically. The question was, what made me want to start a band? And truthfully, like after Power Rangers, it was really hard for me to get a job. At that time, it was really hard to find like a half Asian role. I'm half Asian, if you can't tell. I say this all the time. In the mornings, you can really tell I'm Asian because I'm like, that's when I could, play an Asian dude. But it was really hard. There was like even now there's not really a half Asian role out there. Like, who wants to see a half Asian? You might as well just find an Asian, right? So it was really tough. So I didn't know what I was gonna do, if I could do any acting. This is before voice acting. And then so I had this guitar that was in my closet, and I was like, well, I guess I'll learn how to play the guitar. And so I taught myself to play the guitar, and I was going through a bit of a depression in that time too, because I didn't know what I was going to do. And writing songs and coming up with stuff like that actually brought me out of that. And I just thought it'd be kind of cool to start a band and try to do that same thing for people, have a positive message and maybe be uplifting or whatever, It wasn't like, this is what we're going to do, our mission. It was just like, let's just play and see what happens. And yeah, so that's kind of how the band formed, way back ages ago, when the dinosaurs were around. Any questions? Any other questions? Yes?
What is the weirdest fan experience you've ever had?
The weirdest fan experience I've ever had? Gosh, that's a good question.
There's so many.
The rape one? Yeah, that was really a weird one for me.
Okay.
Oh, that way. And I'm like, well, I was never raped. What are you talking about? I guess that was kind of weird. I was in Arkansas, and it was a Q&A, and then a group of girls were laughing over here, and they had their hand up, and I what's your question? And then they're like, are you afraid of being raped by fangirls? I was like, now I am. But that was, I guess it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's not a common question. That was the only time it was asked.
Thank you.
I killed them after that. We don't need those kind of people. Yes. My favorite thing about Bak-anime. It's really hard to say that. It's like Bak-anime. Back? Like back? But wouldn't it be like Bake-anime? Bake-anime?
That would be weird.
Yeah, but it's like Bakersfield, right? Unless they're trying to like play on the word baka, like stupid. But then that would be like, why would you call yourself stupid? Anime con or whatever. So I think it's Bake-anime. Let's just start calling it that, alright guys? Bake-anime. No one's gonna call it that. Well, so far actually, I had no idea what to expect out of Bakersfield. To be honest, I've never. I just assumed it was like some small town that had like a bunch of cows.
That's portable.
But because usually we just drive through, to go to wherever we're going. Yeah, I never really go, hey, Bakersfield. But not that I didn't want to, it just never occurred to me. And so anyways, actually I was surprised to find a town. I don't know, do you call it a city? That sounds insulting, I know, I'm not. What would it be called? It's not huge, but it's a lot bigger than I thought. You have like a downtown with nothing in it. But like 19 Mexican restaurants. They are. Nuestra is the first place we went to. It was really good. And we just went to Burger Hut. I think it's like some little Korean guy there. He's Asian, but I just assumed Korean. But it's really good burgers. So I guess, what do I think so far? I've only gone to those two places in the movie theater. So the food is good so far. Go to the mall?
Don't go to the mall.
Wow. Don't go to the mall. Okay.
Do not go to the mall.
But I did get like a $1,500 dime back from somebody. Yeah, they gave me change, and I was like, "What is this thing?" I threw it on the table, and Jenny was like, "This thing's like $1,500 worth." I was like, "What?" It was like 1900s or whatever. I was like, "Oh, I guess I shouldn't just throw this around." I thought it was Canadian. Until she showed me on the back, it said United States. And I was like, whoa, sweet. So that's my favorite part so far. You guys have really old change. Does nobody come here? And it's like, they just have a ton of change left in the register from 1900s. There's actually a lot of people here. How many of you guys live here in Bakersfield? Okay. So it sucks. What do you guys do, man? We were walking around, nothing. You guys wait all year long for Bak-anime. You guys are like, oh man, when's Bak-anime gonna come?
You can hike.
You can hike? What?
Mini golf.
Oh, mini golf.
Hey, great charity event.
You guys have the skating rink,
Oh, that's true.
so that's kind of cool.
Art.
Art?
Become
You gotta be creative. Is it safe to walk around downtown? Because we were walking. We're just like, oh, it's so nice here. It's like so peaceful.
Just not South Union.
Yeah. So those guys were selling drugs. So that was a prostitute. So that was a real gun that the guy had. Yeah, Nuestra. You guys have been there, right? Now, who's been to Nuestra? Is it Nuestra?
I don't think so.
What does that mean?
Ours.
This is
What does it mean?
Ours in Spanish.
Ours? Oh, Nuestra. Right, okay.
Oh, you were telling the truth. I thought you made that up.
No, man. That's where we went. It was actually really good, Mexican food. Any other questions? Yes. Yes.
I have a question about the character that you portrayed in Space Dandy by the name of Johnny.
Yes.
Was that after you, or was it just coincidence?
I've heard it a few different ways. But I really think that they had that already in their plan or whatever. Was it a manga? I don't really know. I didn't know if it was an original idea or if it was an original idea. Because I had seen the, what was it, Adult Swim, right? Yeah, and so I'd seen like a couple previews or whatever, and I didn't know anything about the show. And I was like, well, that show looks wacky. and then I got an email, after it had already been airing, I guess, that there's a character, and he's like, hey, so we have a character, and he's in a band, and his name is Johnny. Do you want to be him? And I was like, wow, that sounds so appropriate. I was like, yes, of course. That just seems right. And yeah, when I did that and I did the episode, what a cool episode. But they're always different, So it's kind of like that one little episode is really all I was involved with, other than there's some stuff a little later. But yeah, it was really cool though. I actually enjoyed that. I would actually just want to see more of that, like them and the band. Have you guys seen that Space Dandy at all? You should check it out. It's actually a pretty cool show. But that episode is really kind of fun. It's just ridiculous stuff, It's like if you've ever been in a band, you'd be like, oh yeah, we've done that. But we only had like one song. We played it like 9 times for a show. And so it's like stuff like that. It's kind of funny for that episode. Yes.
Did you enjoy playing Kiba,
Kiba, Wolf's Rain? Yes, that is one of my favorite roles. The music for that. Who's not seen Wolf's Rain? All right, too many of you guys. All right, you guys need to go see it. It is really good. It is really good. I don't care if you see it sub or dub. Doesn't matter. It's a show you should check out. The music is really awesome. And if you don't cry at the end, you are not human. Yes, you have no soul.
You're heartless.
You have no soul, and you are a robot. Yes, in the back.
I'm a
Not much. It's not my favorite bar. If you were like Snickers, I'd be like, oh, let's talk. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I actually like Klondike bars. Do you actually have one?
No.
I'm not answering that.
I got a question for you guys. She has a theory. And so we're walking downtown, and we saw like this telephone wire across the thing, right? And if you see it in downtown every once in a while, other places, not just here, but there'd be like shoes tossed over the thing.
Oh.
What is it there for? Drugs.
Center for drugs. Someone sell drugs on that street.
So, someone sells drugs on that street, right? Okay, so do you stand under the shoe? Like, because we were walking by and it was like an alleyway, right? And there's like shoes there. And we were like, and I was like, what is that thing? I see, because there's a show a long time ago called Wild Thing. And I thought they threw the shoe, in the movie, I thought it was like they threw the shoes up there because of Wild Thing. And so that's what I was like, it's because he's still alive. He's like it's like Tarzan, but they lived in the streets or whatever. It was in the 80s. Yeah, you guys weren't born yet, never mind. And so she was like, oh, it's drugs. And we're like, yeah, you're druggy. But then we were wondering, we're like, wait, do you just, how does that work? And as we're walking by, we're like talking about it, like, how does that work? Like a door opened up and the guy came out. I was like, let's go. But it was like some guy that worked at a restaurant. But yeah, so.
But like, how do you get the drugs then?
Yeah, like, they send the children. They send your child to go stand under the shoe. Just stand there, wait for the big scary man to come.
Stop your feet and leave popcorn.
That's so weird. Okay, so it's a pretty common thing. So cops know that then, right?
Yeah.
So a cop could just be like, hey, they sell drugs here. This is where we should set up a sting, right? I mean,
But what if you sell drugs and your street doesn't have a telephone line? What do you hang your shoes on?
A tree.
a tree. Wow.
It's legal in Green County for marijuana.
It's not to buy drugs. It's to let other drug dealers know.
Oh wait, it's
Legal.
oh, it's to let drug dealers
To
know.
let other dealers
Like
know
marking
you
your
don't deal
territory.
there, you'll get shot.
Oh, okay, all right. Some of you guys are wrong. So it's to let drug dealers know other drug dealers deal in that area, and so you can't deal in that area or you get shot. Thank you for that bit of information. You sell drugs, by the way, right? Okay. He knows.
Talk to me after the show.
No, okay, that's really interesting.
It's also
Wow.
a really weird conversation.
It is a weird conversation. I don't know how we got onto it. Oh, it's me. It's all me. Hey, whose name is on the Q&A thing, all right? I can talk about whatever I want. It's so interesting. Wow. Like, who was the drug dealer back in the day that thought of that?
Someone without cheese.
It's like, you can't sell drugs here! See? That's my street, you know? It's so weird. Like, who came up with that? Yes? Can I what? Can I shop them? The shop of what? I know, I'm just messing with you. I heard you the first time. I just didn't want to do it. I was trying to think of a way to get out of it. Wait, do you want me to just shout Mastodon? Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. It's movement time! Mastodon power now! That's really the only thing I know. I was like, it's green Brazil 4. It's like they ran out of ideas. Yeah, turbo green. Zio, yes. Zio was fun, yeah. What? Bankai? Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to sing tonight if I shout all this stuff. Alright, this is the last shout I'm gonna do. And then after the concert, I'll shout some more stuff. Bankai! Ichigo Kurosaki. Ichigo.
Ichigo.
What if I did Ichigo's voice like that?
My name is Ichigo Kurosaki. I'm 15 years old. I see dead people. Ichigo.
That'd be.
I'm going to go teacher.
That's dumb. I'm sorry. Welcome to my dumb panel that I bring my band up and we just listen to me say stupid stuff. Yes?
I know Eyeshine's musical influences. You mentioned like Jimmy Eat World and then Take Me Back Sunday. But what are your guys' individual influences in music? Who do you aspire, like when you were younger, who did you aspire to be and what brought you to where you are now?
Those aren't actually our influences though.
I know, you said it was a mix between.
Well, no, actually that is more, that's what people say we sound like.
Okay, so you just were saying that.
Yeah, like,
Like,
yeah, well, I don't know if I was really influenced by anyone. I mean, I like all sorts of music, but we just fall into that genre. And that's why, yeah, exactly. So I don't know, what do you guys, what music inspires you? How about that? Music. Metallica.
You guys both didn't name the bands that are on your t-shirts.
That is kind of weird, actually.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing an Eyeshine shirt. You just can't tell because it's in black. No, I guess mine would be like Nirvana, Queen, Styx, weird stuff. Nice.
Nursery rhymes. You know, that's funny. It's true. It's true. Okay, so like we have a new album that I'm working on now. Like I'm coming up with all my melodies and my lyrics and stuff like that. And I don't listen to like I listen to the Beatles, but I don't listen to like the Beatles and Zeppelin or any of those guys to find inspiration. I actually listen to some nursery rhymes. You know, like really dumb stuff. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like stupid things like that, right? And the reason is, and I don't know why. I think it's just maybe it's just me, but it erases my mind, you know, and it just kind of flattens it out. So then I'm not like I think if I listened to the Beatles, then I'd be like, this melody